Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name's Novi, and we're here live, as always, for the pre-show Dynamite live stream. Um, there's a lot to talk about today. A lot to talk about today. Let me mute this because the mic is coming. It's coming through on my mic real quick. Hang on now. Hang on. I'm a good streamer, I swear. All right. So yeah, we're here. It's a big night for Dynamite. Obviously, their first time, or not first time, but they're not facing any NBA competition. They're coming off of Double or Nothing, which was a really great show. I thought it was that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed watching it the whole way through. There were obviously some stuff I did not like. Jericho was on the card, which he is again tonight. But yeah, overall, it was a good show. It was a lot of fun, and I think tonight, hopefully, should be a lot of fun. Looks like we're pretty angle heavy tonight. We got a lot of talking segments, which makes sense. But yeah, there should be a decent bit to talk about. How's it going, everyone in the chat? I see Suns and Shadows as always. Welcome to the stream. Got King Murdoch with the Switchblade profile picture. Shout out. And yeah, how you guys doing? How's your guys' Wednesday going? Are you excited for Dynamite? If you haven't already, leave a like on the stream. It really helps out, I think. I think it helps, bring up some, get some viewers in there. Get some people on there that haven't seen the program before. We also got Thomas. How's it going, Thomas? As usual, what's good, bro? Let's see. First, might as well already hop into it. Why does it feel like Jericho is here every week? Because that man guarantees himself on TV every week. He loves it. It's very he's turning it into like a character. He's turning it into like a bit. But it's not a bit. It's just him wanting to be on TV. It's whatever, man. He's here every week. We have to deal with it. I don't know if this is going to be a talking segment. I don't know if it's going to be, one of those WWE-esque type programs or something like that. I hope not. But it is not out of the realm of possibility. Oh, God. Jericho's shtick is he wants TV time. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was. Yeah, exactly. He wants TV time all the time. And I get it. It's part of the shtick now. It's part of the joke. But I don't find it funny. It's not funny to me, man. It's just hurtful. It hurts my feelings. So... yeah, I'm excited for Dynamite. What's good, Austin? Haven't seen you in here before. Welcome to the stream. Although I don't get the IWGP Eliminator title match for tonight's show. Yeah, I saw a lot of discourse about this earlier today. I saw a lot of people complaining about it. A lot of New Japan fans, particularly, saying stuff about it. Because Rocky isn't a heavyweight, and they're just annoyed at that people getting shots. But it's just I think Moxley just wants to wrestle every week. He wants to defend the belt. I'm assuming this isn't just a Tony Khan thing. I think also Gato probably wants it on TV a decent bit of time. It's an American television program. Whatever exposure that actually gets, is up for anyone to determine. But they have some kind of like measure, and they have some kind of way to determine that it is getting viewers. It is helping in some way. So I think Moxley just wants to wrestle. I think they want the belt on TV. They don't want to just give out championship matches. I do kind of understand, people getting mad at Rocky getting a shot. He isn't a heavyweight, and he does lose a lot on AEW, but, I'm hoping they give us a reason for it. I don't particularly, I'm not too hung up about that sort of stuff, but I do hope they give us some kind of reasoning for it, because I think it needs it. Rocky still works for New Japan too, talent and behind the scenes. Yeah, he works for New Japan, he works for AEW, he works for CMLL too. He's a 3-company guy. He works for everyone. Also give the guy a big match on TV. I think the match is going to be good too. I wish Rocky was more of his CMLL self on American TV and even on, whenever he's on New Japan, but I think he's just kind of, is this on, US based TV. But maybe we'll see some of the, Asukar tonight. Maybe we'll see some of it. Did you watch Best of Super Junior 31? I have not watched anything Best of the Super Junior related. I'm so sorry. I haven't. I wanted to. I really wanted to, but I just haven't really gotten to it, and I haven't really had the time. Plus, I was burnt out on wrestling these last few weeks. I'm not going to lie to you. I was burnt. But I'm trying to get back in the groove. There are some matches I want to look at. I think Despy and Fujita had a match I want to look at, but the only people I'm not going to be looking at is Blake Christian. I will not be tuning into Blake Christian. Another one from Thomas. You could just have a Takeshita have a match and then have John on commentary to set up or further his feud. Sure. I don't know. I think there's ways to explain it. There's ways, Rocky could just said, I politic my way into it or something like that. But yeah, I do hope there's some kind of explanation. I can see Rocky going heel soon. Yeah, I hope he goes heel with Trent. I know Trent probably wants to be a singles guy or something like that. I'm sure he wants to do some single stuff, but I do hope that they turn both of them and they become the heel tag team. What's their tag name? You know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. Yeah. Roppongi Vice. Yeah, they're great as a tag team, so I really do hope they both turn heel and do some of that, because I think the tag division could really use it. Like, imagine that match with the Bucks. I think that'd be really fun. Another one from Austin. Speaking of CMLL, do you think they'll be at Forbidden Door this year? I heard that might be the case, but I don't know if it's confirmed, though. I think it was pretty much all but confirmed that they were going to be at CMLL. I think they even did, or they were going to be at Forbidden Door. I think it was confirmed, actually, thinking about it. There was a lot of talk of them being in it, and I did hear, like, a lot of main sources were saying that they were going to be there, like Fightful and stuff like that, so I'm going to work on the assumption that they're going to be there, and there's some guys on there I would love to see on Forbidden Door. I'd love to see them work AEW guys. I think it'd be cool to, you still want your Okadas and stuff on the show to defend their belt and all that good stuff. So I think that's a good workaround. You have Okada, then you have him work with some CMLL guys or, something like that. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I do hope they're heavily involved, because if you guys know about CMLL, there's a lot of great talent on there. I'm not really, like, totally caught up with what they do all the time, just because it's a lot of wrestling to watch, and sometimes they just kind of slip my viewing. But if you do tune into CMLL every once in a while, there's some really great matches on there. A lot of great people. Atlantis Jr., he's in the midst of stuff right now. Of course, they're slipping my mind at the moment. Hang on. We're gonna do this. There's some really, really great talent on there. I really want to point out. All right, hang on. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this right now. Mystico, of course. Mascara Dorada. He's good. He's really good. I've always liked his work. He has, Dorada has just a style to him. He has a connection. I really enjoy him. If you ever watch a Dorada match, you'll hear the crowd, all the women in the crowd immediately start cheering. So he's very real, I'll say. But yeah, make sure, once again, like the stream. It gets a lot of new people in here. I think it improves viewership. I think it improves discoverability. So make sure to drop a like. Appreciate all you guys in here. We have 12 concurrent viewers. That's a big number for me. We don't usually have so many of you in here, so appreciate you guys hanging out. We do these streams every Wednesday before Dynamite because I like talking graps. So I talk graps every Wednesday. We got one more here from Murdoch. Despy versus Swerve for the title is a match I would love to see on Forbidden Door. 100% agree. I think tonight, we're going to talk about it later, who I'd like to see win the Forbidden Door Casino Gauntlet. Hopefully we do see Despy in there. I think that would rule, and I would pop huge for it. Good call here. Keep the chat going. Hey, keep chatting, keep dropping questions. I'm always down to answer questions, always down for it. That's probably the most fun part of the stream entirely. It is the most fun when you guys start chatting it up, and I just get to talk graps. I say it all the time. I say it in every video, but we talk graps here. So shout out to all of you. First, we're going to start off with this card, and we're going to start at the bottom right. Why? We're going to figure out why Chris Statlander turned on Willow Nightingale. I'm assuming this is going to be some sort of backstage vignette. I think this is going to be I don't know. I think Stat's going to have some justified reason. I'm curious to see what it is, though. I think it can go in a lot of different ways. There's a lot of directions for her to say. Maybe that she was overshadowed. Maybe she was jealous. Maybe Stokely just works his way in and he wormed his way into it, and we see that play out. I think that'd be interesting as well. There's a lot of ways this could go, and this should be the defining feud. And I'm down for this blow-off match to happen on a huge show. I want this to happen on pay-per-view. I want it to be a centerpiece of Dynamite, because it's important that they follow up Willow's match with Mercedes, which was really great. It's important that they follow that up strong on these shows, because she can become a presence. She can become the face of your company even. I think she's at that level at this point, and if they give her enough to do and they, let her run wild on TV, I think we can build to that point. Austin Cruz, what was your favorite match on Double or Nothing? That's honestly a tough question. Because a part of me, I really liked Ospreay Roddy. I really liked Anarchy in the Arena. Mox versus Takeshita was pretty good. Swerve versus Christian was really good. But if I had to say, it's probably the match I just mentioned, Mercedes versus Willow. It just had a different energy compared to the rest of the card. There was just a certain vibe that the crowd had. There was a certain, it was just the building got up for it. Everybody was so excited. It felt like a big deal. That really does affect my enjoyment a lot, is when things, like the crowd is there for it, things feel big, and that really connected with me really hard. I haven't posted any like match ratings or anything like that in my alternate Twitter at it's Novi with a 0 in a while, but that match is it's gonna be up there. I'm thinking 4 3/4. I think that was really, really awesome. It was special. It really was special. And to kick off that should be like a defining feud of the women's division at the very least. And to kick off that feud with a match that good it's a big deal. It's really important. So I'm glad they really came out there and balled. Let's see. I need Okada Swerve. No problems here. No problems here. I would love that. I think they're setting up with Jack Perry Swerve. Otherwise, why give Jack a win over Bryan? I think they're going to give Jack that TNT belt, which is what we're going to talk about next. Might as well get to it now. I think they're giving Jack Perry that TNT belt when the EVPs address the future of the TNT Championship. I think they're going to present Jack Perry the TNT Championship as a trophy for his pinfall win over Bryan Danielson at Anarchy in the Arena. I think they're going to sell it as, we're screwing you guys over. He deserves it. He's a big thing. And I hope afterwards people are mad. I hope there's people on TV that are pissed off about this and it leads to something huge. Hopefully on Forbidden Door. I think it would really do some good work. That's where I think they're going to do. I think they gave Jack the win over Bryan, not because of this, but they're going to use it to, fuel the TNT title gift to the scapegoat. Let's see here. I would like Stat to want to be the best she can be, and she was inspired by Monet, and she's sick of being mediocre. I think that'd be cool too. See, for my money, she's already the best. But I understand what you're going for. I think that would be a great little story to go off. Like, she wants to be on the level of Mercedes, and maybe she thinks Willow's holding her back. I think that'd be an interesting story to play off. Forbidden Doors in Long Island, and both Statlander and Willow are from Long Island. I wouldn't mind if they put that match there, but I doubt it though. I have my doubts just because, Forbidden Door, they want to do Forbidden Door matches. But I wouldn't have no problem with that being there. Just, because it is in Long Island, it's going to be loud in that building for them. And I would really like it to be there. So, hey, hopefully we break that trend, because I know I understand why it wouldn't be on there, but I do hope it is. What out of action wrestler do you think could make a big impact when they return? Jamie Hayter. It's not really up for debate for me, honestly. I think Jamie Hayter is such a crucial part of that women's division. She was on the run of her life. She was the best in the division by far when she was a champion. And I think whenever she comes back, she's going to be on that same level once again. And yeah, she's the one I'm really looking forward to her comeback, because I think she's excellent. I think she's really, really incredible. So that's who I'd guess. That's who I'd say. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. Yeah, that old man, he jumped a little too high and a little too square on his toes. I don't know why he chose to do that. That was a bold move. Bold move for old Adam. But hey, well, I don't know, man. He's going to be out for a while. Honestly, I do hope the best for him. I hope he recovers well. Sucks he's going to miss Wembley. I hoped he was going to be on that show. Hopefully he still is, just in a non-wrestling capacity. But yeah, that jump was something else. Whoa. Let's see. I think Kenny stops the Jack Perry thing and picks someone else for TNT champ. I could see that happening. I could see it being more of like he doesn't stop it, but he's like, well, wait a minute. He has to win a match for the belt to win it. I think that would be an interesting story to go off of too. That's another answer to Chris Guerra's question. Sorry, I don't want to mess your name up. I'm bad with names. I think Kenny would also be a huge impact as well, but I would say Jamie, just for the women's division, it's probably Jamie. All right, from Murdoch, there's something that is going through my mind. TK never made it clear about it, but does ROH become like an equivalent of NXT for AEW? I think he's been clear about it not being that, but I do really hope that it becomes that, because I think right now it's just kind of there. And if it becomes a sort of developmental for people to go back to and kind of just work their way up, establish their characters, I think it would help the TV. I think it would help the people like that go back there. I think there's a lot of benefits to it. So I do hope it turns into something like that. But yeah, he has, I think, specifically mentioned he's not going to do anything like that. But I hope he does. Yeah, I can see Jack having that belt because of the EVP. Either way, my picks are Jack, Malachi, and Starks. Those are some decent picks. I got no problems with those picks. My picks that I laid out were Jack, Takeshita, and fuck. There was another guy. I promise. Daniel Garcia, of course, Daniel Garcia. I think it's probably going to be Scapegoat, but I think next up is probably Garcia because I think Takeshita should win the international belt from Ospreay whenever he's ready to move up. I think that would be those would be my picks. Hashtag be a hater, always be a hater, forever and always. Another one from Thomas. They give Jack the belt, he gets heat, goes on a heel run, then bring Ricky back to beat him as a face. Yeah, I wouldn't hate it too bad. I'm not as big as a Ricky fan as you are. I know you really love Ricky, and I understand why people do. He's had some great matches. I love the match with Brian, the strap match. I think that was awesome, and he's shown moments where he can be at that level. I think that would be big for him. I wouldn't hate to see it. I wouldn't mind a Daniel Garcia and Jack Perry feud for TNT titles since at one point recently he was gunning for it. Yeah, that's where I think they do go. I think they do go Jack Perry Garcia, and I hope it leads to an all-in match between the two. I think that would be a big deal. It would be a big moment for both of them. It would be kind of like, it'd be a stamp like, hey, these are the guys of the future. These are the guys to watch out for. They're going to be our main eventers, and I think that would be a big deal. So I hope they do the match there, and I hope they do the turn there. I hope Garcia wins the belt at All In front of that big crowd. I think that would be a big, big deal. Not just because I'm a Garcia fan, but because I think he's really good, honestly. Better than a lot of young guys, and I think he's getting a lot of the little stuff down lately that is going to make him a main eventer before some of them. So, yeah, that's where I see that going. Thomas, ROH should be developmental. It's perfect for that. This is one-time copying WB isn't bad. 100% agree. I think it's just what it needs to be at this point. It's gone on too long. Let's just make it a developmental. Let's send the guys down there that need it and have them come back when they're ready. Who within New Japan or CMLL do you think will challenge Swerve at Forbidden Door? We're going to get to that later, so stick around. Stick around. Everybody, stick around. We have 16 confirmed viewers. Thank you guys so much for joining me. We do these every Wednesday before Dynamite at 7 o'clock. Always. We rarely miss. Yeah, it's great to see all you in here. Hope you guys are enjoying. Leave a like. We will get to the who we think will challenge Swerve at Forbidden Door last because that's our main event tonight. That's the thing I'm most excited about. So yeah, we will get to it. Sammy is always a possibility if he comes back. That man tweeted that picture, and my heart skipped a beat. I'm not going to lie to you. I like Sammy Guevara, too. I enjoy his work a decent amount, and I don't want to see him anywhere near that fucking belt, so you better stay his ass at home. You better take care of that kid. Sorry, Sammy. Sorry. I like your work, but let's not do it again. Tony has said multiple times this year, watch Daniel Garcia. They clearly have a plan, just difficult to see right now. That's kind of where I'm at. It's difficult to see the vision. I could see it earlier this year, and it felt like it's just kind of dissipated. Funnily enough, I am going to talk about this in my new video coming out this Saturday. For everyone to hear, this Saturday we're dropping a new video. AEW needing a hierarchy is what it's going to be about, and Daniel Garcia is going to be a big part of it because I think he's the biggest example of it. Yeah, I think he's a big deal, and I hope he keeps being presented as such, Daniel Garcia, because he's really great. Thomas, it may just be me, but I would like to see Swerve versus Okada at Forbidden Door. I wouldn't have a problem with that, but I think they kind of leave that match for an AEW centered show and do a more, New Japan guy challenges Swerve. I think that's kind of what it's just the show's spirit. So I think they're going to do something like that. Can you elaborate on David Finlay being a bad wrestler? I can try to elaborate. I just think he doesn't do anything special in the ring. He gets outshined by a lot of other guys in his group, and I just don't think he stands out on the page. I don't think he's as big of a deal as they present him. I don't think he's necessarily like a horrible wrestler or anything like that, but he definitely isn't worth the role that he's in. That's kind of where I'm at with him. He's not a bad wrestler, but he's not like, I don't mean like bad wrestler. He's just over pushed right now. I think he's a fine wrestler. But just for the level he's at, I think it's bad. I love Sammy, but not the TNT belt. He needs a good feud to rehab him. 100%. Hot take, I think Drilla would be a better Bullet Club leader than David Finlay. I've seen some Drilla talk lately for Bullet Club leader. I was always a Gabe Kidd guy. I love Gabe Kidd. Anyone who's watched this channel for a while knows I love me some Gabe Kidd. But I think Drilla would be a great leader too. I think he's shown a lot, and I think he has the build to move up to heavyweights where you kind of need to be the leader. So, yeah, I think he's a great option alongside Gabe. I think they're 1-2, like 1A, 1B type thing. David Finlay just doesn't have it as a main event guy, which is something damn near all Bullet Club leaders have been. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. He just doesn't really. When you compare him to the rest of the Bullet Club leaders, like you compare him to all the guys before him, he just stands out as like not as good. I think that's not a great look for one of your biggest like groups ever. So yeah, that's where I'm at with him. But thank you guys for all the messages. Keep them coming as always. We're going to keep on responding to them. But for right now, we're going to move up. Don Callis presents a contract for the Don Callis family. This doesn't specifically say Orange Cassidy. However, Orange Cassidy is in the picture, so you might assume that it's going to be OC. And I don't know how interested I am in that. I think it'd be interesting to see OC as a heel. But more, I just kind of want him to take a little bit of a break. But I think there's some kind of turn here. I think probably Trent comes back and probably beats the shit out of Cassidy or something like that. He takes the contract, and then we get a big blow-off match with a nice stip on it. And I think that's kind of where we're at with this. I don't see OC joining Callis. I don't think he's going to turn heel. Although I wouldn't mind to see it. I wouldn't hate it. But that's where I'm at on that segment. We're gonna get this out of the way too, real quick, before we get back to the chat. The debut of TV time with the Learning Tree, Chris Jericho. Sorry, I said it wrong. The Learning Tree. Sorry, I said it wrong. I should have said it right. I know. I'm sorry. But this is probably going to be pretty bad. I'll probably chuckle at it too, which is the craziest part. I'll probably give it a little chuckle, but not because it's like good, but because I'm just like, why am I seeing this on TV? I don't know, man. I don't know why Jericho is on this show. I don't know why he's on any show. If this is probably going to be some sit-down talk show segment, and it's probably going to be bad. I just don't really want to say at this point. We'll get back to the chat. How would you feel about Gabe Kidd versus Jon Moxley? Oh, sign me up. Sign me up. I'm down for that. Don't threaten me with a good time. When Evil wins and faces Swerve, stop. Don't do that. That's not funny at all. Stop. You're scaring me. Do you think Nick Wayne should be in ROH? I think he probably should be. He probably should have a huge role in there because I think he's good enough to be a face of that program, and I think he's developed a ton under Christian. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind that at all. Who do you think MJF is going to feud with? Is Cole ready for action, or do you see anyone else? I did see a report earlier today where AEW kind of made MJF during his promo, who, came back on Double or Nothing, during his promo kind of buried the fuck out of the Adam Cole feud and said, we're done with that, we're moving on. Apparently that's because Adam Cole is nowhere near returning, and it's just not going to happen. They can't do a blow-off match, so they're just like, we're just going to get rid of it. So yeah, I think it's going to be something else. I don't know what it's going to be. There's a lot on the table for MJF. I think I don't want him near the world title. I don't really want him near any belt. I just hope he, shows he can go back to what he used to be and go back to doing stuff as good as he did. So I think it's something else. I think we might see something on this show. It's weird there's nothing announced for him, but I think we do see something on this show for him. I want OC to go on break after this feud is done. Have Chuck send him off with cave of injury. Sign me up. I have no problem with that. I'm bored of OC at this point. I love the guy. I love him a lot. Loved him ever since I started watching AEW, but it's just time. It's time to take a break. And the Redwood, you can't forget the Redwood, the big fucking Redwood. If Evil goes anywhere near that AEW title, I'm quitting. You will not see me for a few weeks if Evil challenges for that belt. I'm just telling you right now, you will not see me for a little while. I might be cooked. I'm lying. You would totally see me. I love to talk about horse shit like that. But yeah, I understand. AEW low-key needs a big babyface group right now. Yeah, that's kind of it's a big thing right now. I think they do need a nice babyface faction. I think Bullet Club Gold could be that, or sorry, Bang Bang Gang could be that, but they just haven't really been presented as such lately. So yeah, I would like to see that sort of thing. I'd like to see a new group form here soon. I'd like to see a little bit of a faction shakeup soon, I should say. MJF should feud with the Elite. I don't know. I wouldn't mind the feud. I think he'd do good work, but I think that has the potential to get too online rumory and all that stuff. So I don't know if I want him anywhere near that. He's gonna mention some things I'm not gonna like. So I don't know. It's an interesting idea though. I think they can make it work. Nick Wayne is perfect for ROH. He's young, he's good, but needs something, and a developmental would be perfect for him. I understand that completely. I think he's grown a lot under Christian, like I mentioned, but I think that kind of like regular wrestling and stuff like that on a big program, hopefully a bigger program if they ever get the fuck out of Honor Club, would be worthwhile for him. Pac as TNT title champ would cook, not gonna lie. Yeah, I have no problem with that either. Pac is a great wrestler. He's awesome in the ring. He's always exciting, and TNT belt it's not the workhorse belt anymore, but I think he's good enough to kind of do more than that. And yeah, I'd like to see that. I would have no problems there. All right, next up, we're going to get to the women's business, and then we'll get right back to the chat. Thank you guys once again for chatting. A lot of you in here, make sure to leave a like. We're here every Wednesday before Dynamite. You know the gist. You know the gist by now, but thank you guys for being here. Mercedes Moné TBS Championship Celebration. Got a little confused. We had TNT chat earlier. Yeah, this should be. I don't know what this is going to be, honestly. I think there's going to be a cake, or they're going to do some goofy stuff. I think she's going to cut one of her promos. She's probably going to get some good heat on her and stuff like that. I think we'll see a challenger here. Hopefully we see a foreign challenger of sorts. So hopefully we see someone from Stardom or something like that. I think that'd be really fun. But yeah, I think we get some info on who the challenger is here more than anything else. And then we'll get to the next one, Mariah May versus Saraya. Another Saraya singles match. It's been a long time since we've seen her in singles action. But if there's anyone who she can work with and kind of reliably bump around for her and make her look real good, I think Mariah's the one. I think she's definitely going to have to communicate with Mariah before the match and say, hey, watch those drop kicks a little bit. Watch where you land them, because it's getting scary back there. But, I don't hate this match. Saraya is obviously a well-known name, and, she's had moments where she's been good, but moments where she's been bad too, of course. But she's had moments. I think Mariah can give her a good match. And obviously, I'm always happy to see Mariah May on TV, so no complaints there. Let's see here. Speak of the Bang Bang Gang, I'm going to need Jay to give Juice those belts so he can move on to singles. Hey, Cook, not going to lie. Count on it. Maybe Jay White goes after the TNT belt. That'd be an interesting theory. I wouldn't mind it at all. Jay White's really, really good, so I'd have no complaints there. Why not bring Francesco Akira? He's a babyface at its finest. I'm assuming you're saying for the Forbidden Door or for TNT or something like that. I like Francesco Akira. I think he's hurt right now, which is unfortunate. But I do like him a lot. I think he's one of those guys who has a lot of potential. I think he has, in a few years, I think we're going to be talking about him as one of those guys that needs to go to heavyweight and stuff. So, yeah, hopefully he gets some big shots here. Hopefully he comes over at some point. I don't know if it'd be here. He's hurt, but hopefully he gets some big moments on both AEW and New Japan in some of these crossover events. I'd bet that they'd go with Jack for TNT champion. Yep. That's where we're at earlier. We're saying probably the EVPs give him the belt. I need full heel Moné promo where she talks about being the top of the women's division, making it better by becoming the champ. I think that's exactly what you're going to get, honestly. That's a good point. I think she's probably going to talk about why she's the best. She proved she was the best, and now she's going to show everyone why she's the best, so if they don't know already. So, yeah. According to Despy, Blake Christian is the new Will Ospreay. Let's not... Despy, what? He said that, really? Oh, God. Despy, don't stop. Don't let him cook. He's very bad. He's a very bad wrestler. He's like he does like a lot of like silly moves. He does like a lot of moves, but they don't ever mean like anything at all. Like I've seen matches where he just does flips and like rolls and stuff for like fun. But they don't ever like do anything. And he's just not a good wrestler. No, stop. Don't let Despy cook. Another one for Thomas. You already know that. Whoa. You already know Jay White. Going to start that generational... Hold on. Okay, you want Jay White freed to start that generational feud with Will. Oh, yeah, for sure. We're talking about that last week. Yeah, they're going to have to start that feud at some point. I think we're going to see it while they're both in AEW. At least I hope we do, because, hey, they're going to be good together. That's going to be a good-ass feud. But once again, we're gonna keep going on this card. We're going to get through it. We have about probably like 10, 15 minutes, something like that. So... Probably more like 15, maybe even 20. Might go crazy with it. A lot of you guys in here, so thank you guys for joining as always. As I've been saying multiple times throughout this show. But next up, we have Jon Moxley versus Rocky Romero. Lots of discourse about this match on the show. And I'd mentioned earlier, I understand where it's coming from. I understand, Rocky doesn't win on AEW. He's not even a heavyweight. But if we're kind of ignoring some of that, the match should be good. I hope Rocky, as I said earlier, leans into the CMLL version of himself, and I think that combined with Moxley it's set up to be really good. So, yeah, I hope these guys get some time. I hope Rocky kind of becomes who he is on CMLL, and I hope we see something good here because there's a good chance this is going to be a match of the night. But hey, we'll see. I'm excited for this one, honestly. Outside of all the other stuff, I'm excited for this one. let me know how you guys feel about this in the comments. I know there's a lot of opinions out there, so I'm curious to see what everyone in the chat feels. Also, another thing too, it gave us that generational Moxley render right there on the screen. You see that? He's got his sunglasses on. That's generational, so it might be worth it just for that. But here we go. The House of the Dragon. We're doing some promotional stuff once again. Last time we did some promotional stuff, it was Daniel Garcia versus Bryan Danielson in a 2 out of 3 falls. So this is a step down from that, but it's Swerve versus Swerve versus Killswitch. We're obviously playing on the Christian Cage match. Killswitch wanted revenge. He's going to come after Swerve. Honestly, this should be a decent match. I think Killswitch is a pretty solid big man. He doesn't do anything crazy. He doesn't do anything bad at all. So I think this will be a pretty solid one here. I see really no issue with it. Totally, just kind of continuing the feud. And I think after this, he kind of moves on from Christian. So he's going to beat all the guys around him and then move on to someone different. So yeah, I have no problem with this match. I think it'll be fine. And give Swerve another win. Why not? Do some cross promotional stuff with YBD. Why not? Let's see. That's how I feel about Commander Flips for no reasons. He does it a little better, but yeah, I understand where you're going for with him. I don't hate his work as much, honestly. No, Thomas, I just hope the Rocky match sets up something rather than just being a match for the sake of it. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I hope they give some explanation. I hope it means something. I think it is meaningful that it's on the show with the Forbidden Door Casino Gauntlet. But yeah, I hope it does speak to something wider afterwards. I think that's kind of an important thing to do here. From Jay, it'll be a good match for sure, but I hope something comes after Forbidden Door. I think that's where Thomas was at too. Everybody's kind of hoping it means something after the fact, and I would definitely agree. But yeah, this is the big one. This is the big main event. It's what everyone wants to talk about. It's what I want to talk about. It's the thing I'm most excited for. We have the Forbidden Door Casino Gauntlet. Winner challenges for the AEW World Championship at Forbidden Door. There are so many guys that could potentially be in this match that I would pop huge for. You have so many names, and I know someone earlier mentioned, who do you think's gonna win? Let's see. I want to point it out. I want to see here. Hang on. All right, we have Alex Mercer ST mentioned, who within New Japan or CMLL do you think will challenge Swerve? So it's definitely going to be a New Japan guy given this match. And my pick for the winner here is Shingo Takagi. I know he's the champion on New Japan. I understand that. I know he's got a belt over there. Does he? Yeah, he definitely does. I hope that he wins because I think that match would be so awesome. It would feel like a big deal. It would be a huge, huge moment. Just these two guys. I think it would be hyped up a lot. I think that's the match you do. I think it's the best match for viewers. I think it's the best match for hype. I think it's the best match for match quality that I can come up with. So that's the one I'd go with. So yeah, I have, to answer the question from earlier from Alex Mercer, I have Shingo Takagi versus Swerve Strickland for the AEW World Championship at Forbidden Door. I think that's the match you book. It's a big deal. Let's do it. But some other names that could be in this gauntlet. I think no doubt we see some Ishii action. I think no doubt we see maybe someone like Despy. I had talk of him earlier. I think that'd be cool. Never know. Hiromu could come out. We could do a lot of things here. I think there's a lot of exciting names you could throw out. So yeah, drop some of your most anticipated names. Who do you want to see in the gauntlet for tonight? I think that's the big thing we're talking about here. So drop all the names you want to see in the gauntlet. I want to hear out from all you guys. Let's see. King Murdoch. It'll be hilarious if they add randomly Shota Umino and he won it back. That would be pretty funny. If maybe he won AEW's belt, he's like just a fuck you to Mox. I think that'd be fun. Could see some Shota Umino action in this gauntlet. I think that'd be a really fun appearance. I would pop huge for it. I love Shota. Got Thomas. I will say this. Whoever wins, AW needs to listen to what fans say about video package to explain who these guys are. A part of me kind of agrees, but a part of me is like, I don't know. I think you just present them as who they are. I think maybe they just need more matches on the shows. I think you kind of have to give them bouts. You have to present them in front of the audience and more than just video packages. And I think that would do more for them. So maybe some big tag matches before Forbidden Door. Some, what's it called? God, I always forget terms whenever I'm on live. What New Japan does before their shows, the Road 2s. Do some Road 2 tags. I think that'd be important. I think fans can connect with people like that. We have Gimme Gabe Kidd versus Switchblade, and we have a good pay-per-view on the horizon. Hey, no problems with Gabe Kidd Switchblade. That sounds like an awesome match. That'd be two styles that I'm not sure would. I don't know how they would clash. I think Gabe Kidd would be pretty wild, and I think honestly, Switchblade would do a great job grounding him and making him do a lot of like just keep to the fundamental stuff. I think that match would rule. Yota Tsuji for Gauntlet win. Yota Tsuji, he's a big name. He's probably going to be in the Gauntlet. And I would not be mad at him challenging Swerve. I think that match would really rule. I don't think Yoda's like wholly like totally completely there yet as a main event guy, but I think that would be a huge step for him, and I think he'd live up to the moment. He has in the past. You have a guy like Swerve in there with him. I think that match would rule. I was thinking the same thing. Shingo is the right choice. Hey, Wavelength, we're on the same. I think that'd be a great option. Pissed off Tsuji coming for Swerve, and AEW is a middle finger to Mox. No problem there. Another Tsuji mention. Yeah, no problem with Tsuji. I think he's a great pick to win here. Moving here, I just need them to build these guys up. Video package, maybe a translator, pre-recorded backstage promo. Yeah, I mean, I would like them to build these guys up. I know it's hard for some people who don't watch New Japan to know who these guys are. I think people take it a little too far when they talk about that sort of stuff, but yeah, I would have no problem with some introductory stuff. Maybe even just, like I said, some matches out there. I think that would be really good too. As long as there's no House of Torture, always. We have to keep them away. I'm afraid they might be here. I think we might get some maybe Narita action or something like that. I think there's a decent chance, but hey, I sure hope they're not there. I need them to stay in Japan and be there with whatever the fuck they do over there. Good God. I want people to appreciate these guys rather than just being random New Japan. Yeah, I think that's kind of what everyone wants, you know? You want the New Japan guys to be known. You want there to be some exposure given to them, and I think the matches would do a good job for that. Doki can be interesting, criminally underrated. Yeah, Doki is criminally underrated. I've always liked his work. I remember he had that match. I forget with who, but he had that match on last year's Forbidden Door that was like, he was a real standout, and he did his thing in there. I think he's a really great talent. I think they do underutilize him a ton. He could be bigger for them, and I hope maybe after someone like Hiromu or Despi move up to heavyweight, I think he should become one guy, like a top name in that division. I think he's good enough for it. Do you think we have CMLL crossover too? Maybe a Hechicero versus Ospreay. There's definitely CMLL crossover on Forbidden Door. We talked about that earlier. Hechicero versus Ospreay, I'm not too sure if that's the match I would book. I'd go for a Dorado. I'd go for something like that. Dorada, Atlantis Jr., maybe even Mystico versus Ospreay. Mystico versus Ospreay would be a huge match. I think that would be the match you book for that. But Hechicero probably should be on Forbidden Door just because, you know, people loved him after his match with Bryan. So I think it'd be a really smart decision. Mercedes better be full heel, 100%. Mercedes should be fully leaning into assholeness. She should be fully leaning into just, I'm better than all of you, suck it, kind of thing. You know, that sort of thing. I think she should 100% lean into that. Hechicero would be a huge pop for me. Hechicero would be a huge pop, I think, for AEW fans as a whole. I think after that match with Bryan, like I said, I think he really did establish himself as a guy to watch, a guy to look out for, and a guy to be excited about. So that's why he's one of the reasons why I'm like, we should get these New Japan guys over for more matches before Forbidden Door, because that's how you truly connect. Like, I think a lot of people don't watch CMLL, but they know who Hechicero is now because of that match. I think they need to do that with New Japan guys more. I think it'd be really important. I would love Jeff Cobb at Forbidden Door. I think he's probably going to be in the Gauntlet tonight. He did some work on Twitter earlier, which if you guys follow me on Twitter, @it's Noviak, drop a follow. If you haven't already, it's, I tweet, I do my thing. He was doing some working, so I think he'll probably definitely be on the show. I'm imagining in a, what's it called? He'll probably be in a match with under United Kingdom, not that. God. Okay, whatever. United Empire. I got it. See, I always forget terms. Whenever I'm in front of the camera. But that's probably where I see him in a big match with United Empire. Naito versus Swerve Forbidden Door. Naito in America. Ooh, I don't know. We're getting a little crazy with it, but I wouldn't mind that at all. Naito had a great match with Ospreay in the G1 last year, and I think he can have a good match with Swerve too. It's kind of like similar styles, not similar styles, but similar just, physicality, similar athleticism. So yeah, I think that'd be one to look out for. Dookie, stop. Oh my god. Doki faced Jack Perry on the Rampage before Forbidden Door. It was when the crowd was starting to turn on Perry, so mid-match, they started getting really behind Doki. Yeah, I think that's maybe the match I was talking about. Yeah, I remember him really standing out in that match, really just doing some cool-ass shit. So, yeah, he's one of those guys I would love to see presented a little bit stronger on New Japan. He's very good. Yeah, I don't know if the match was mid. I don't remember it too well, but I remember him standing out. So that's meaningful. I didn't even know who he's against. That tells you all you need to know, you know? Knowing Tony, if he wants to go full for the Collider Sickos, he would book Hechicero versus Cobb. That would be a for the Collider Sickos. That would be one of those matches. I think we probably do see some New Japan guys on Collision. Hopefully this weekend. That would be awesome. I'm a big Collider. If you guys know, I did make a video saying Collision is comfort wrestling. So, yeah, I'm a big Collider. I would love to see some New Japan talent on there. I think it'd be awesome. Not gonna lie, Kaito Kiyomiya would make me pop like crazy. Kaito, I would go crazy for Kaito. I love Kaito. I don't know right now just because, you know, he's Noah's champ, and I don't know how good Noah's relationship with AEW is, but I would go crazy for him. I think he's awesome. He's a great wrestler. He's great. And he's very young, too. I think he's the future. Yo, what's good? Wrestle High Spots. Shout out to you. We're chatting up in the DMs. Hey, if you guys don't know, at Wrestle High Spots, I think on Twitter. I think that's the @ follow him on Twitter. He's great edits, awesome stuff, great work, a lot of great match edits, I'll say specifically. So definitely drop at Wrestling High Spots on Twitter a follow. It's great. Shout out to you. I think that Kaito is a Noah guy unless they are in also. Yeah, that's kind of what I was alluding to. I'm not the best with current New Japan. Is Naito on the level with Tanahashi as far as being over the hill goes? He's a little bit behind him, but they're kind of on a similar like trajectory. I think they'll probably retire around the same time. He's like a touch behind him, I'd say, because Tanahashi can barely fucking walk. You know, I don't know if you guys saw his match recently, but it took him so long to get to that top rope, and then it took him so long to get his footing on it. So yeah, he's definitely over the hill. I think Naito's a little behind that, but he ain't far. I would pop a lot of Noah guys. Me too. I like Noah a lot. If you guys haven't seen the match with Tomohiro Ishii versus Masa Kitamiya, I think that match was really great. Really great. To be fair, Sting and Darby wrestled on a Muto retirement show for Noah. Yeah, they did. They wrestled in one of those matches. Yeah, I mean, it is possible. It is possible to see, but I don't know. It kind of just depends. It's one of those things where, like, it's possible, but you really just have to see it happen, and then you're like, oh yeah, okay. But until then, you're like, you understand it not happening. I don't know if that makes sense, but I think you guys get what I'm saying. Jay, I think I'm in the build for. Hold on, I'm sorry, messed up. And I think in the build for Forbidden Door, Collision will be the show to give matches to New Japan guys, try to get them more over. Yeah, because I think Collision has a very dedicated audience that will watch every week, and no matter who's on the TV, it could be anyone. And I think that would be a great spot for them. I'd love for them to get some Collision matches. That'd be great as a Collider, as a resident Collider. I would have no problem with that. I literally just watched video of him walking in New Japan as a president. It was hard to watch. Yeah, he's tough. It's tough. He's just been through a lot. He's racked it up over the years and got a lot of miles. You know, I think it's time for that retirement tour. And you know, it sucks. He's Hiroshi Tanahashi. You know, but I think it's about time. What about Dragon Gate? Shin Skywalker would be amazing in the Forbidden Door. I think he'd be great in like one of those fun little tags. Yeah, I would enjoy seeing Dragon Gate. There's a lot of Dragon Gate guys. I don't really follow it too heavily, but I do watch whenever I get the chance. And there's a few guys. Who's their champ right now? If you got send the champ. I think I don't know if it's Yuma Agoye. I think that's maybe what it is. But I know if he works for Dragon Gate, then it's great. But either way, he's really great. Also, Kenny Omega said on his stream that he was supposed to wrestle Keno on a recent Collision if he was cleared. Yeah, so, I mean, there is evidence building. There's a lot of, backing to say that it could be possible, but it's one of those things. Got to see it to believe it. When he comes back, though, need that match with Keno immediately, expeditiously. I need it as soon as he comes back. Maybe his return match should be against Keno. That's how badly I need that match. But we are going to wrap up here soon, guys. It is almost 7:50, and that means it's almost time for Dynamite. So Thank you guys for chatting it up. Get any of those last second chats in. We're going to respond to all of them before we head out of here. Thank you guys so much as always. Got another one here. Do you think we would have a tournament at Forbidden Door for the TNT title? If so, maybe we could add some New Japan, CMLL guys in it for the funsies. I'm always down for a tournament. I don't think that's what it will be. I think I said earlier, EVPs are probably going to gift them the belt. But I wouldn't mind a big multi-man at Forbidden Door. I think that would be a great spot for the belt. I think it'd be a great spot for just all the guys on each of these like companies that are part of each of these promotions. So I think a big multi-man match for the TNT title, I think that would be awesome. Let's see here. Peak Tanahashi was untouchable. Kendo versus Omega, take my money now. I agree with both of those statements. I don't think that's true. Open the Dream Gate champion. I have to hold on. I don't want to say you're wrong. Championship. Let's see who the current champion. Yeah, okay, he is. I just never heard the name before. I trust you. You're trusted now. I've never seen that guy wrestle before, but I've never seen Luis Menti or Monte. I don't know. I don't want to say it wrong, but yeah, I maybe have to check him out. I have to check him out. Dragon Gate. Let's see their titles right now. Let's see, making sure I got this right. Maybe that's not it. I like Naruki Doi. I like Naruki Doi a lot of the time. Dragon Kid, always good. We're going down the Dragon Gate roster right now. It's getting crazy out here. Shun is always good. Yeah, I'm definitely wrong about what I said earlier, but yeah, there's some good guys on there. I wouldn't mind to see it. Kind of like Noah. Have a great Dynamite, everyone. Yeah, have a great Dynamite to all you. We're going to hop out of here in just a little bit. Anyone you're hoping to see from CMLL at Forbidden Door, I don't follow the shows, but really like Hechicero, Titan, and Mystico. Titan is actually a New Japan wrestler, so I could definitely see that. I mentioned earlier that I would like to see Dorado and Atlantis Jr. on the show. I think they'd be some great shouts. Great chat. We'll catch the next one earlier. Hey, great chats from you. Appreciate it a lot. Appreciate you filling up the chat. It's always fun. And Book Templario. Yeah. Hey. Templario love. I got no problem with that. Definitely, bro. Just found your channel. Keep up the great work. Huge fan. Have a great Dynamite, everyone. Hey, thank you for the love. I really appreciate that. Yeah, the channel's really popped off lately. I see a lot of guys like my recent videos, which is really great to see. I'm happy you guys all like the videos. I'm happy you guys are enjoying, and I'm happy to see so many of you guys in here. This is the biggest stream I've done, so it's really great. It makes me feel really, really awesome. Thank you guys so much for chatting. Yeah, I had a great time here. If you aren't subscribed by any means, subscribe to the channel. Leave a like on this stream. It helps a lot. Maybe give some chats after. That'd be fun. Maybe we'll steal the Joel Holbert thing, where he asks for chats after the stream, Chat whatever you want. Who do you want to see in the gauntlet? Why not? K-Dot versus BBL Jerizzi. All in. Book it, Tony. Hey, Tony Khan, you got a big checkbook. Let's go ahead and book Kendrick in a wrestling match. Hey, let's get it. Have a great night, guys. Yeah, of course. Sadly, Dragon Gate is extremely hard to find, especially if you're not subscribed to the network. If you dare to upload their matches, you get struck like crazy. Yeah, I got, we know our little sources here and there, but yeah, they are exclusive in a lot of ways. It's hard to access as a Western viewer, but hey, maybe one day they'll be easier. Who knows? It's an era of streaming, so you can never bet it out. You can never count that out, I should say. They not like us playing. Yeah, I was just about to say we need to see some not like us. I wanted to see not like us in people were talking about it. I want to see it for the Anarchy in the Arena. I think that would have been a hell of a moment. That would have been fucking awesome. Yeah, not like us in Wembley, but for right now, hopefully maybe we hear some cool themes on Dynamite. Hopefully you hear some great New Japan themes. We hear some Desperado. We hear some Shingo in this gauntlet. I think that's what everyone's here for. That's what I'm super excited for, and I hope you guys are excited too. Thank you guys once again for chatting in the stream. It's been great. There's been so many of you. It makes streaming so much easier and so much more fun. So I probably won't be on next week. I move out on next Wednesday, so I will be out of here. But the stream the week after that, I will be live once again with a new backdrop and everything. So make sure to tune in, not next week, but the week after. I will 100% be here. So make sure to tune in to the video on Saturday, as always. 10 a.m. Saturday, we have a new video dropping. Hopefully to see you guys there. Thank you guys once again for chatting. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for all the love on the channel. Thank you for all the love on this live. It's great fun. Thank you guys for chatting graps with me. Talking graps, I should say. That's kind of the slogan over here. So yeah, thank you guys so much for talking graps with me. Enjoy Dynamite, everyone, and hopefully Shingo wins the gauntlet. Have a good one, y'all. Peace, and see you soon.